You're alive, but are you actually here? See, we spend our days chasing a moment that never arrives, believing that that next achievement, the next relationship, the next version of ourselves will finally be it. But what if the most important moment of your life is this one? What if you've been missing your entire life one breath at a time? And this isn't your fault. It's a built-in protective patterns to keep us safe. See, because we've learned to focus on what's next, the next moment, because we didn't feel like this moment was enough. And somewhere along the way, we believed that we had to earn a right to relax, that we needed to fix ourselves before we can enjoy ourselves or enjoy the moment. But this moment isn't something that needs to be fixed. It's something to feel. If then mindset equals delay, disempowerment, and disconnection, because it tricks us into believing that peace, joy, clarity, self-worth are in the future, that one day we'll feel that, but not now. And I love how Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it. He says, you can't wait for your healing to feel whole. You have to feel whole now so your healing can begin. And he teaches that your state of being precedes the outcome. So you must become the version of yourself who already has what you want, desires what you want now, not wait for it to show up externally. So we already are living in that version. To break this cycle, we really have to replace, if I'm successful, then I'll feel worthy, with I'm worthy now. And from that place, we can create success, because that helps us to reclaim our power in this present moment, because you can no longer make your joy, power, or peace conditional based on these outside circumstances. Once I have this, once I do this, once I feel this, then I will feel good. It needs to be embodied now, and the external begins to shift as a response of the internal state, right? So they've taught us that we can shift once this happens. Once we shift our internal state, it shifts what happens on the external world, what shows up, right? Because it's all vibration. If we're in the right vibration, we're already living the joy, the peace, the love. We're in that vibration. Well, then like attracts like. It's a vibrational match. But people live their entire lives never resting because they haven't felt they earned it. Never showing up fully because they're not ready. Never pursuing the love, the art, the purpose, because they're waiting for external conditions to change. And this is what has happened to me, has brought me burnout and disconnection from myself, because I was waiting to feel better once I achieved this next thing and the next thing, and nothing's ever enough. It's just more and more to feel good about yourself. And we've been taught that fulfillment lives out there in that next goal, the next relationship, the next version, but it doesn't. Real fulfillment doesn't come when our life finally looks perfect, because that's not gonna happen. It comes when you stop needing anything to change in order to feel peace, in order to feel joy. And when you sit still long enough without having to fix something, to force something or chase something, something opens. Another dimension of reality opens, because now I'm not feeling overwhelmed and stressed because, my business isn't doing the way that I wanted it to do, or, my kids aren't acting the way that I wish they would be, or my circumstances haven't changed. There's a sense of inner calm and peace that I can experience now in this moment, and it's not dependent on an external win. It's a quietness of just accepting something as it is for this moment. I don't have to chase things outside myself. Now, does that mean I don't need goals or want to achieve things? No, it just means that we can set those goals. We can have those things we want to achieve in the future, but that we are at peace and joy right here, right now, whether we achieve that or not. That's a bonus. It's kind of like how I see it as okay, I need a relationship, I need it. But once we get to a level of love within ourselves, sense of, I love myself, I'm okay with just being alone. It's like, I don't need the relationship. I'm already good. I'm already at peace within. I want to have the relationship because it's only gonna bring me more joy, more love. But it's not my love. It's not my joy. It's not my happiness. For so long, I put on my ex-husband, he was my happiness. He was my joy. And if he wasn't in the right mood, then I wasn't feeling right. And I put that onto him. And I didn't realize till after the relationship ended that he was not that. I put that power onto him, and I had to take my power back and realize that I'm in control of my joy. I'm in control of my happiness, and I can't give my power away to external circumstances hoping that I'm going to feel good. I have to choose my state of being. And anytime I allow external circumstances to determine how I feel, I become victim to person, the place, the thing. And I want to be in control of my life, of my mind, of my body, of my soul. I don't want to outsource that. And according to neuroscience, your brain can only create patterns and healing in this present moment. So not in the past, not in the future, only here in the present moment is where joy can be felt, healing can begin, clarity arrives. This is how I figured out it works, is that in this dimension, we see time as linear, right? There's past, present, future. But in the other dimensions, it's actually shown as spiral, right? So there is no past, there is no future. We're only experiencing the now. In this moment, I'm angry, I'm upset, and that's like my usual state. If I had those same thoughts today, I'm gonna have the same thoughts tomorrow and the day before that, day before that. That's what the trajectory of my future is gonna look like. But if I say, no, cancel that negative self-talk, cancel that thought, I'm gonna experience joy right now, I'm gonna feel connected right now, then that shifts my future. Why? Because in the present moment, once I change the present moment, that changes what plays for my future, right? And if I don't change it in the present moment, where the only way where it lives, then it's never gonna change. I'm just gonna keep replaying my past. Now, this took me forever to figure it out. And once I started becoming empowered to understand this, otherwise I keep repeating the same lessons, the same patterns, the same mistakes. So if you want more peace, more purpose, more power, don't wait for the future. Come back to this moment, because it's all happening right here, right now. You don't need to control every moment to be free. You have to let go of that life, letting go of the idea that life has to feel safe or meaningful. Instead, build your life on a space connected to trust, surrender, and faith. So we stop performing. We stop waiting for the mess to be cleaned up before we can show up, because the world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your presence. It needs your energy. And when you start to live in this present moment, everything will start to shift, because mentally you stop overthinking, obsessing, and judging yourself, right? Because that's all based on the past. You're going to feel clearer, focused, and less overwhelmed. Emotionally, you're going to stop reliving the past and fearing for the future. That brings a piece of grounding and peace. And physically, studies show that being present lowers your cortisol so your body can heal. Your breath deepens and your nervous system can finally relax. And spiritually, you're going to feel connected, aligned, and guided. And you're stop looking for meaning out there and start feeling it in here, because there is nothing out there. It's all in here. We have to do the inner work. When you're present, you're going to actually experience life. You're going to notice the synchronicities, the silence, the magic, and stop rushing through it and start receiving the magic. So how do we actually live in the present moment? The first thing is we have to start by engaging our senses, because this is the fastest way to interrupt our thinking. A lot of times I'm looping in thoughts and I have to get back to this present moment. So one of the ways we can do that is just feel the texture of your clothes on your skin. Notice the sounds around you. You don't need to label them, just listen. You can take breaths and feel the air moving in and out. You can taste your food without being distracted, or just watch the way light fills the room. These aren't the small moments. This is the moment. And when you start to tune into your body, that direct experience where your intuition lives, you can start living outside of your head and start living in body, because we're not here to chase that future. You're here to live fully in this moment. So taking that breath and coming back to this moment, because you're not missing your life. You're finally arriving to your life. So taking this moment to be present, to be calm, and be connected. And I have a lot of meditations that I've recorded to bring you back into this present moment to get reconnected. So check out those and like and subscribe for more content on spirituality. Comment below if this woke something up in you and what you're done chasing.